This is Boomer Life on CL 650.
With you on my mind. With you on my mind.
Wow, back to the 50s for that one. Little Nat King Cole with You on My Mind. The mind is the subject of the conversation, as you can probably tell from all the musical clues that our producer, Dwayne Bishop, has been inserting into the program. Our friends from Neurokinetics Clinic are with us here on Boomer Life today. Dr. Philippe Silvestre is the clinic founder. The manager is Sonia Dale, and J.C. Gordon is Director of Liaison and Logistics. We've also heard from a couple of patients in the program today. Really moving stuff from both Brian here in the Fraser Valley and another Brian joining us from up there in the Kootenays. Now, it's the second Brian, Sonia Dale, that I wanted to talk to you about, because he said he's only been to see Dr. Philippe once, and he's been there for the first of 3 assessment visits. In his case, about 3 hours. Is that a typical length?
Typical, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about what happens in those 3 assessment, and everybody who comes to the clinic goes through the same procedures, right? Assessments 1, 2, and 3, and then and only then does a treatment program begin, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, so tell us about the assessments.
The assessments, level 1, begins off with, they're usually the same pattern, but more and more testing gets added on to level 2 and level 3.
Okay.
So what happens is usually anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour, I would say, for each level of assessment, time is taken to go through a thorough medical history review.
Okay.
As soon as they do come in and see us, we ask them to, start a journal pretty much from the consultation stage, and we know they're going to go ahead and move forward with us to a level.
And when people come in for the first time, what documentation, if any, do you request that they bring along with them, Sonia?
We ask them everything. So all medical history review, whether it's, x-rays, whether it's MRI documents. If they don't have that documentation, but they know where they've, got the information from, or they did the testing
they'll know where it's filed.
Exactly. We just ask for the authorization, and I'll go ahead, or our staff will go ahead and get that information.
Also, very quickly, is it helpful if they show up with a friend with them, a companion of some kind?
I would say yes, but a supportive friend.
Okay.
Meaning someone who clearly understands them and their condition.
Okay.
Having maybe not the correct person who doesn't understand their symptoms and their condition may not also be a good thing.
Right.
Someone who mainly is a part of their life, I would say day to day or on a weekly basis, they can see, yes, this is how they've changed throughout the week or 2 weeks or a year to 2 years.
Okay.
That would be, yes, ideally a good thing to do.
So Brian described his first session as being a series of tests, which you've also said happens.
Yes.
And you also said those tests are repeated in the second and third assessments. And Dr. Philippe said during the break that, yes, they do get repeated, but they become more complex as the assessments go forward. Again, this is the procedure, Dr. Philippe, that you use. You have a method, and that this repeating tests and making them more complex is part of the method, right?
Totally.
Interesting. So, Sonia, after how many sessions is Dr. Philippe and the team ready to begin to formulate a plan, an action plan?
After the level 3 third assessment.
Okay.
We need the objective data from all 3 assessments in order for us to go ahead and make the customized treatment program.
Okay.
We can find that the data collected, or measurable data collected from level 1 will differ from level 2, but it also could be that in level 3 we get a completely different result. That's why we need all 3 of them to go ahead and make their customized treatment program.
And if I could summarize that a little bit as well, is that it takes 3 sessions to determine a pattern. For example, if a person just had 2 and moved from number 1 to number 3, you're not really sure if it's going to go from number 1 to 3 to 8 or from number 1 to 3 to 4 or 5. So that's why we need the 3 to determine the pattern of where the brain is basically at.
And I've said that before in other shows as well. It's also comparing, you can trick your brain once to repeat and do something again, so which is going to be our level 2 assessment. But the third time, eventually, if you're not well, you can't, play that trick again.
How much time do you recommend between the visits, between first, second, and third assessments? They don't go day after day after day, do they? They can?
They do, yes.
Oh my.
We do recommend that. It's just We recommend to have them day after day after day, and then we would like to go ahead and start the treatment process. That way we know where the brain is at, what we're working with, what the condition is at. Too much gap in between is not a very good thing.
JC, one thing that has come up in this discussion many times is neurokinetics is a private clinic. Therefore, I assume from that description that a physician's referral is not required. Anyone can call the clinic and make an appointment.
That's correct. As a private clinic, anybody can, and that happens on a regular basis.
Okay. So if you'd like some information on neurokinetics, for example, the phone number and the email, it's info@neurokinetics.com. That gets right to you too, doesn't it, Sonia?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And the website, by the way, is neurokinetics.com. All the phone numbers for all of the team members, including JC and Sonia and, of course, Dr. Philippe, and the address. There's even a map, for crying out loud, at neurokinetics.com. Thank you all three for jumping in on Boomer Life. A fascinating discussion. Great guests. Thank you for providing those as well.
Thank you, Sterling.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.